I listened to both versions of Summertime, the one by George Gershwin and Sidney Beckett, and they were both pretty good, although I definitely preferred Sidney Beckett's version. But first up, the original by George Gershwin. It was obviously an operatic piece with, sets, costumes, and all of that jazz. Well, not jazz, all that opera. The vocals for the song are very operatic with the strong, well-trained voice required for the leading lady that nobody just pulled off the street could have done that. Had to be specifically done. The rhythm of George Gershwin's version is very slow. It's very slow, and the background strings provided a great harmony for the vocals, which acted as the strong melody. It's very clearly an emotional song. I don't know exactly what emotions, but it's called Summertime, and she seems to be directing it towards her baby. So it might have to do with a motherly connection to her child. It's in a foreign language, obviously, so that's cool. It'd be nice if I understood it, but the message got across. The message got across anyway. Uh, the form for the song, the verses themselves seem to be pretty short. It seems to just be each line of dialogue is like a verse before she takes in breath, but they're not the measures. It's not like the classical period. The measures aren't the exact same length. It's not da 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 da. It's long and drawn out. There might be a longer measure here, a shorter measure there, and as it goes on, the background strings are joined by the background singers, and that becomes a much larger swelling harmony. And the dynamics in the song, the dynamics go from low to high at several points, that kind of thing. Now for the Sydney Beckett version I liked a great deal better. There's a little piano in the background providing the harmony, at least I'm pretty sure it's a piano. The strings provide the melody at the start and then are quickly replaced by that groovy saxophone. And for this one, at least for me, when it started off as with the guitar, it sounded a lot more melancholy than the first version, but the moment the saxophone came in, it became pretty groovy. One big obvious difference between Beckett and Gershwin's version is Beckett's version has no vocals, so it's not a song. It's a piece. The rhythm of Beckett's version is still slower, but it's definitely faster paced than Gershwin's version. It doesn't linger in each note, so to say. And it's obviously no longer the form of an opera, it's just a recorded piece of music. And it does not lose its emotion in translation. It's still got some clear emotion to it, although it's just definitely different. The dynamic changes are not as prevalent as the original. They still have it a little bit, but the original was very low to high. This one's kind of goes from like mid low to mid high at times. And even though they're the same song, they feel as if they both have a different purpose. This second version I could definitely see playing in like a lounge. If you played the first version in a lounge, you'd probably get beat up. I think that's going to be it. Both songs good. Second version better.